coming to the last part of the video where I was talking about the master driver's guide to driving in Germany. So previously, in previous part, we were talking about the symbol. It's in the same continuation. So the first symbol is like P and the hiking of two-person shadow. It says hikers parking indicates an area where you may park and hike a circuit trail. Second is P plus R, which is park and ride, indicates a facility where you may park your vehicle and transfer to public transportation, which I see always whenever I travel to my uh, nearest railway station. There is a symbol of P plus R, park and ride. I get it now. P and it says like left wheel, right wheel is on the pavement. It says parking on pavement allowed. This sign indicates that parallel parking, half of the pavement and half in the street, is permitted on the left or right side of street respectively. Parking on the pavement allowed. This sign indicates that the parallel parking completely on pavement is permitted on the right or left side of the street respectively. Parking on pavement allowed. Like front wheel is uplifted and it's on a pavement. This sign indicates that a perpendicular parking, half of the pavement and half in the street, is permitted on the right or left side of street respectively. Parking on pavement allowed. This sign indicates that perpendicular parking completely to on the pavement is permitted on the right or left side of street respectively. So you need to look at very carefully how the pavement is marked. Like there is just a small step and there is a step and the car is on the pavement, like you are fully allowed. If it is partially. Sign service. Below are signs that are used to give direction to motorist services on or near the road. These signs are especially used along the autobahn. Service signs are a symbol in a white field on a blue square or rectangle. Filling station. Filling station with unleaded petrol. This sign is now absolute as all stations have unleaded fuel, but it may still appear on older sign. Filling station with liquefied petroleum gas LPG, like filling station symbol and LPG written at the right top left corner, and filling station with compressed natural gas. Coming to the next page, we have restaurant, snack bar, hotel, auto repair shop, telephone, emergency telephone like telephone and SOS written on not roof, WC restroom or toilet, first aid station, police station, tourist information, traffic information radio like radio HR3 or 89.3 FM. This sign shows the name and frequency of a radio station giving local traffic information. The letter at the bottom indicates the traffic reporting region that the station cover. Campground information and guide signs. Like Wilster Kreis Steinburg, entering urban area, posted at the entrance to built up area and indicates that the 50 km per hour speed limit and other urban traffic regulations begin. Shorten 6 km arrow and Wilster its cross. Living urban area. This is usually the backside of the entering town area sign and indicates the end of urban traffic regulations and the return to 100 km per hour ruler speed limit. The top section shows the distance to the next town and Endenish 6 km. Wilster living urban area same as the sign to the left except that the white top section indicates that the next town is in the same municipality as the one you are living. Okay, it's white in color because I have a printout in black and white. I am won't able to recognize the color, but as it's written that the same as the sign to the left, except that the white top section indicates that the next town is in the same municipality as the one you are living. Weiler, a place name marks small town that do not require the entering urban area sign. This sign is also used occasionally to mark other places of interest. Burg Els tourist destination used to give direction to tourist attraction. Deutsche F. Straße tourist route mark one of the several designated tourist route. Scenic area, Rhineland, denotes a scenic or a tourist area along or near the Autobahn. Neckar, river name, shows the name of the river the road is crossing. 35. Federal Highway route number. 84. Autobahn route number. E33. European route number. Federal highway direction marker show the direction and a distance to major destination posted at the crossroads. Federal highway direction marker alternate form of the sign to the left. Secondary road direction marker shows the direction and distance to major destination posted at the crossroads. Secondary road direction marker alternate form of the sign to the left. Eichenbach, a secondary road direction marker shows the direction to minor destination. Local direction marker shows the direction to an important local destination like Bahnhof. Berlin Autobahn symbol and number 2. Direction to Autobahn shows the direction to a nearby Autobahn. München Erding advance direction sign gives advance notice of direction at the upcoming interaction. Nuremberg Street, Eulbach, Stuttgart. Advance direction sign gives advance notice of direction and the lane configuration at upcoming intersection. Consolidated direction sign show route information for all direction from the intersection. Lagenfeld, Düsseldorf, Köln. Autobahn entrance direction sign show route information for Autobahn entrance ramp ahead. Routing for designated vehicles. Vehicle type shows on the sign must follow the routes as indicated. Routing routing for designated vehicles. Vehicle type shown on the sign turn here. Bensberg 1000 meter right. Autobahn interchange initial approach sign placed 1000 meters before Autobahn exits and 2,000 meters before Autobahn crossing and show the type. Number and the name of the interchange. The symbol denotes the type of interchange. Exit crossing. Autobahn Autobahn interchange advance directional sign located 500 meters before Autobahn exits and at both 1000 meters and 500 meters before Autobahn crossings. Shows an schematic of the interchange and list additional destination. Autobahn interchange number like circle and 62. Autobahn interchange countdown markers 300-meter and 3 stripes. Located at 300-meter, 3 stripes, 200, 2 stripes, 200-meter, and 100-meter, 1 stripe. Before the interchange number sign is typically mounted above the 300-meter marker. Autobahn exit. The sign is placed just prior to the exit. It is sometimes placed in the center median. Mainz Wiesbaden Expressway exit. Duisburg Endenich Expressway exit shows an exit for local destination. Ausfahrt exit marks an exit ramp from the Autobahn or expressway. Autohof 27. Truck stop. This sign indicates that there is an off Autobahn truck stop at the indicated exit with fuel, food, and other services. Pictograms indicating the available services often accompany this sign. Autobahn distance board like 1 and European E37, Cologne 106 km, Dortmund 24 km, 44 like Autobahn number 44, Kassel 161 km. Autobahn distance board place after most entrance and lists the distance to major cities along the route, distance to major destination via intersecting autobahns are listed at the bottom with the corresponding route number. Leitung detour approach indicates that a detour or diversion is about to start, often with an supplemental sign indicating the distance to start of the detour. Umleitung left, Umleitung right, detour direction sign. U3 numbered detour route used where there are multiple detour routes in effect. Follow the same numbered route. Umleitung cross end of detour. U22 provisional detour. This sign marks pre-posted detour routes for use in the event that an autobahn must be closed or as an optional route to bypass congestion. Follow the same numbered route to return to the next autobahn entrance. Provisional detour schematic used to direct autobahn traffic to the next sequential provisional detour route when traffic cannot return to the autobahn at the next entrance. Alternate route indicates an recommended alternate route on the autobahn system for a specific vehicle or destination in order to avoid congestion. It's like Stuttgart, like 80 meter, A Dorf, B Dorf. Detour route schematic indicates that the road ahead is closed and graphically shows the detour route. Example, turn left in 80 meters and follow the route B. B Dorf and A Dorf. Okay. Routing schematic for designated vehicles indicate that the specified vehicle type is prohibited ahead and indicates that there is a posted detour route. Example, no hazardous vehicle ahead, so follow the posted route ET meters ahead on the left. Complicated traffic route shows special routing required to go in the direction indicated. Example, there is no left turn ahead, so follow the route shown instead. Dead end street. Dead end street, children are allowed to play in the street. Wasserschutzgebiet. Water protection area posted in environmentally sensitive area reminds drivers of vehicle carrying water hazardous cargo to be extra careful. Bus or streetcar stop. Parking or stopping within 15 meters of this sign is prohibited. Do not pass streetcars stopped on the street to a board or discharge passengers yield to vehicle leaving the stop. Schule bus Werklags 797-9H 11-13H. School bus stop. Watch for children during the times indicated. Pedestrian underpass and pedestrian bridge. National speed limits information posted at international border and inform drivers of the general speed limit. D. Deutschland in urban 50, rural 100, autobahn 130. Zoll down custom post, Mout, toll road. Motorists using this road must pay a toll. Mout, toll road. Vehicles over 3.5 tons must pay a toll to use this road. Goethestraße, street name sign. This sign may be mounted on a pole or on the sides of a building. Street light does not stay on all night. Posted or painted on lamp posts that turn off during the night. If you park near the street lamp at the night, you must leave your parking lights on. The time that the light turns off may be marked in the red area. Miscellaneous sign. Reflector guide post posted every 50 meters along the roadside, left and the right side respectively. Reflector guide post posted on the roadside at an intersection. Obstruction marker. This sign is posted on the edge of an object in or adjacent to the roadway, left and right side respectively. Obstruction marker. This sign is posted on the edge of an object in or adjacent to the roadway which you may pass on either side. Curb markers. The chevrons point in the direction to travel. Parking hazard. Mounted on the back of the vehicle and trailers that may slow or stop on roadways. That is maintenance vehicles. Mobile lane closure board used in construction areas to temporarily close a lane pass by on the side indicated. Barricade. NATO military breach classification signs posted near bridges and viaducts and indicate the safe load carrying capacity of the bridge for military vehicles 30, 45, 25, 35, 28, 33. Church services. Heilslich Messa Sonntag 17, 7, 9, 11. Abendgleicher Gottesdienst Dienst 8, 10. church service posted near the entrance to town and list scheduled Sunday church services. The gold church denote Catholic masses and the purple church denotes Protestant services. Construction project information. These signs are posted at the beginning of major construction zone and give information about the project. Bis September 2001, Lager 7 Kilometer V, Bauen für Z. Neuburg der Ostrom Genug Weißenfels. Aneurin der Fahrbahn bis September 2001 Langer 7 Kilometer wie bauen für sie. Airport, train station DB, car train, truck train, ferry or harbor, hospital, roadside chapel, industrial district, sport, sports park, stadium, handicapped accessible restroom or toilet. Additional sign information. In the past decade or so, electronic sign systems have been installed on autobahns and expressway. These signs are capable of displaying face smileys of official traffic sign and carry the same authority as their static counterparts. Common signs include speed limit and congestion warnings. When mounted overhead, these signs have added flexibility as they can be used to assign speed limits to a specific lanes or to display lane control information. See the electronic signs section on the Autobahn page for more details and examples. In cities and towns, you will frequently come across convex mirrors mounted on high posts or on the side of the building next to the road. These mirrors are provided to help drivers see around tight corners where the visibility is blocked by a building or other obstacles. Sign vocabulary. Words are sometimes used on traffic sign, especially on supplemental sign. Here is a rather complete list of vocabulary used on German traffic signs. Upland, upland list dipped low beam headlights. Upstarten, halten, maintain following distance. Achtung, attention. Aller, Ali, avenue. On geraden Tagen on event days, that is Tuesday, Thursday. On ungeraden Tagen on odd days, that is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. On Zone und Feiertagen on Sunday and holidays. Anfang, start, begin. Anlieger frei. Residents and local traffic allowed. Anlieger bis Baustelle frei. Resident and local traffic allowed as far as construction site. Anlieger oder parking frei. Residents, local traffic and parking allowed. Anwohner frei. Residents allowed. Me, mi, Wednesday. Mit Ausweis with permit number. Mit Parkausweisnummer with parking permit number. Mit Parkschein with parking voucher. Montag, Monday. Mofas, mopeds. Nebel, fog. Nebenstrecke, secondary route, not halt, emergency stopping area, not roof, emergency telephone, Noor, only, Aush, Aushpur, watch for oil on lane, P plus M, carpooling parking, Auk, also, auf dem Seitenstreifen on the shoulder, Ausfahrt, exit, Ausfahrt frei halten, keep driveway exit clear, Autobahn, freeway or superhighway, Autobahn Dreieck, Auto, Autobahn triangle, that is T crossing, Autobahn Kreuz, Autobahn crossing, Autogas, liquefied propane gas, Autohof, truck stop, Bahnhof, railway station, Baustellen Ausfahrt, construction site exit, Baustellen Fahrzeug frei, construction vehicles allowed, Behelfsausfahrt, auxiliary exit, by Nasse, during wet condition, by road her Halton, stop here on red, Besetzt, full, example parking lots, Betreibs und Ver Verordnungsdienst frei, service and maintenance vehicle allowed, bewohnerfrei, residence allowed, bis Baustelle frei, allowed as far as construction site, D Tuesday, Dienstag, Do Donnerstag, Thursday, Durchgangsverkauf, Verkehr, through traffic, dürfen überholt werden, are allowed to be passed. Einbahnstraße, one-way street. Einfahrt, entrance. Einfahrt frei halten, keep driveway entrance clear. Einordnen, get into lane, merge. Einsatzfahrzeuge frei, operation vehicles allowed. End, Fahr, Fahr, benutzerfrei, ferry users allowed. Fahrrad, bicycle. Fahrradstraße, bicycle path. Fahrschule, driving school marked on vehicles operated by student drivers. Feuergasse, fire lane. Flughafen, airport. For, forced Wirst, Schlaft, Leisure, Verkehr frei. Forestry vehicles allowed. FR, Friday, Freitag. Frei, exempt. FREI, exempt, allowed. Example, Anlieger frei. Residence allowed. Allow also means available, that is parking space. Frei halten, keep clear. Frost, frost schaden, frost or freeze damage. Fushganger, Fushganger, pedestrian, Gasse, alley or lane, Geburrang, Gebur Pflichtig, toll or fee required, Gefahr, danger, Gefahr, danger, Gesperrt, closed block, example Straße gesperrt, road closed, Glatis, black ice, Glatis, black ice, Grüne Welle B 60 km per hour, 60 km/h, all green signals, green. P plus R, park plus ride, or park and ride, sorry. Parkausweis, parking permit. Parken in Gekennzeichneten Flaschen 2 stood standard. Parking in marked space for 2 hours. Parking in gekennzeichneten Flaschen erlaubt. Parking in marked spaces allowed. Parken za und so erlaubt. Parking permitted on Saturday and Sunday. Park house. Parking garage above ground. Parkplatz. Parking place lot. Scheibe. Parking disc. Parkschein. Parking voucher. Parkschein automat. Parking voucher dispensing machine. Parkour. Parking meter. PKW, passenger vehicle, car, Polizei, police. Radfahren absteigen, bicyclist dismount. Radweg, bicycle trail. Rasttausch, service area. Rasthof, service area. Rastet, Starter, service area. Rauch, smoke. Reißverschluss ist in 200 Meter. Zipper merger begins in 200 Meter. Richtung direction of travel. Roll split loose gravels or chippings. Saturday. Sackgasse dead end. Cul-de-sac. Schleudergefahr, skidding danger. Schnellstraße, expressway. Schule, school. Schulbus, school bus. Schluler Lotse, school crossing guard. So, Sonntag, Sunday. Sperrgebiet, restricted area. Sperrung, closure. Spur, traffic lane. Spurlane, lane grooves. Spur-einen, lane grooves. Stadtmitte, Stadtmitte, downtown or city center. Stau, congestion or traffic jam. Straße, street. Straßenbahn, streetcar. Stud, STD, or aber for Stunden. Example, two STD, like 2 hours or 2 Stunden. Straßenschaden, road damaged. Streugut, road sand or salt. Stunde, hour. Tankstelle, filling station. TIF garage, underground parking garage. Tollwut, rabies, used on signs to warn of rabies outbreak area. Überholen, overtake or pass. Umleitung, detour or diversion. Unfall, accident, 60 km per hour. H, o'clock. Example 8-16 H, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Geibet, scheinen, Fahrzeug haben Vorrang. Harbor area, railway vehicles have right of way. Halt, brust, wayside or stopping area. Haltestelle, bus or tram stop. Here glide the STO. Official traffic laws are in effect here, used on private parking lots. Industrial industry Industriegebiet. Schienenfahrzeuge haben Vorrang. Industrial area, rail vehicles have right of way. No. Example, kein Mofas, no mopeds. Keinen Wende Möglichkeit, no place to turn around, that is on dead end street. Kavza, motor vehicle. Krankenfahrzeug frei, ambulance allowed. Kreuzung, intersection. Kreuzung frei halten, keep intersection clear. Land, land, Landwirtschaft, Leisure Verkehr frei, agriculture vehicles allowed. Land und Forst, Fiat, Schlaf, Schaft, Liste, Ver, Verkehr frei, agriculture and forestry vehicles only. List, turn on your headlights when entering a tunnel. List, list, turn off. List, question, exclamatory mark, turn on your headlights when entering a tunnel. List, question mark, turn off your headlights when coming out of a tunnel. List, ausschalten, turn off headlights. Aus. List, einschalten, turn on your headlights. Aus, off, ein, on. Leihverkehr frei, delivery vehicles allowed. Leinenverkehr frei, scheduled transit vehicles allowed. LKW truck. Verboten, prohibited. Verkehr, traffic. Verkehrshelfer, school crossing guard. Verkehrshelfer. Verschmutzte Fahrbahn, dirt or mud on road. Verkehrsführung geändert, traffic pattern has been changed. Vorfahrt, right of way or priority. Vorfahrt geändert, right of way has been changed. Vorfahrtstraße, priority road. Vorrang, right of way or priority. Forest, caution. Wasserschutz Gebiet, water protection area. Weg, way or lane. Werktags, work days. Wild toad foot. Rabies used on a sign to warn of rabies outbreak area. Zentrum. Downtown or city center. Zufahrt bis 25 frei. 25 frei. Access permitted as far as 25 house number or other location. Signals. Traffic signals in Germany are generally the same as those found in the UK and elsewhere in Europe. Signals generally operate the same as most other places, but there are few idiosyncrasies. Below are illustration and description of various signals and related signs that you will come across in Germany. Items marked with caution are especially important for new BFG personnel and visitors. Typical German traffic light traffic signals. Some locations have partial signal consisting of just the red and yellow lamps as shown in figure 1 to the right. This function just like a regular traffic signal minus the green phase. So when the green light would normally be on, there is instead of no signal. If you come upon one of the signals showing yellow or red, obey it like you would any traffic signal. Otherwise, ignore the signal and obey any other signal or sign, or in the absence of such, use the default right of way rules. These types of signals are usually located at railway crossings. Junctions in Germany often have signals controlling each permitted direction of travel, such as example in figure 2 to the left. If a signal at an intersection has an arrow for the direction you want to travel, you must obey it. If you don't see a signal with an arrow for the direction you want to go, then traveling that direction may not be permitted. Be sure to look for signs. A full green signal without any arrow usually means you may travel straight ahead or make a right or left turn unless otherwise prohibited by signs. In case of left turn, the signal shown in figure 3 to the right indicates a protected left turn. When the right of way for left turn changes from permitted to protected or vice versa, a different style of signal is used. In this case, the left turn signal is located across the junction on the left corner. There are two varieties in use, a green yellow combination or a single green signal. The combination signal consists of flashing yellow arrow, figure 4, or a solid green arrow, figure 5. The yellow flashing arrow shown in figure 4 indicates a left turn is permitted but not protected. Use a caution and give way to oncoming traffic, sorry. When the green arrow is on as shown in figure 5, then the turn is protected. In some cases there is only the green arrow, single green arrow. In some cases there is only the single green arrow signal, that is no flashing yellow arrow. Just as in the other cases, the green arrow indicates a protected left turn. If the arrow is off, then obey the signal for thorough through traffic and give way to oncoming traffic when turning left. Figure 4, figure 5. Figure 6. Always watch for and yield to pedestrian and cyclist when turning left or right. Sometimes there will be a flashing yellow signal like the one shown in figure 6 left adjacent to the other signal warning you that pedestrian crossing the intersection street also have green light. Caution: right turns on red are not universally permitted in Germany. However, such a turn is permitted at junction with the green arrow sign shown in figure 7 to the right, but only after coming to a complete stop and yielding to other traffic and pedestrians. This is the only traffic law retained from the former East Germany and thus is still somewhat rarely found in Western Germany, although it is now being implemented more in many areas. Many junctions have special right turn signals. Those two section signals consist of green and yellow arrows and are used to allow traffic to make a free right turn while the signal for through traffic is red. So if you encountered the signals in figure 8 below and you wanted to turn right, you could do so without having to stop. The cycles for this can vary depending on the phasing for the signals at the intersection. The two most common cycles are shown in figure 9. When the right turn signal is dark, you must obey the signals for through traffic. Figure 8, figure 9. A flashing yellow signal or a traffic signal that is completely dark indicates that the intersection is currently not being controlled by the signals. Most traffic signals in Germany are switched off at night and sometimes on weekends as well. Also, some pedestrian crossing signals turn themselves off after a period of inactivity to provide for traffic control in this situation. Nearly all traffic signals also have right of way signs installed nearby. Usually near the rightmost signal face, motorists must obey the sign when the sign signal is off or flashing. Therefore, if you encountered figure 10 below, you would have to give way. If you encountered malfunction where used, a flashing yellow almost always indicate that you must yield or stop. However, you may have to stop or yield even if there is no flashing yellow. Watch for the signs when the signals are off and you are required to stop. You do not need to stop at the stop line or sign. Instead, you should stop at the location where you can safely see the traffic of the intersecting street. Figure 10, figure 11. When the traffic signals are in operation, the signal takes precedence over the sign. Therefore, if you encountered figure 12, you would have to stop. In figure 13, you could proceed without stopping. No, that's strange. Lane control signals are used in areas where reversible lanes are used or in areas where lanes may need to be closed periodically. They are also used in conjunction with the electronic sign system found on the autobahn and urban expressway to close lanes after accident and during road work. There are the same standard arrow and X symbols used in many other countries. Lane open, lane closed ahead, merge in the direction indicated, lane closed, you may not drive in this lane. Road marking. Road pavement marking in Germany are generally similar to those in the UK. However, unlike the UK, all regular road markings in Germany are white, including those indication no parking zone. Yellow road markings are used in construction areas and supersede the regular white markings. Supersede the regular white markings. Below are the diagrams and description of most of the road markings you will encounter in Germany. The light blue number on the diagram correspond to the explanations. So first, stop line. You must stop behind the thick solid line across your lane. Wait line. A thick broken line with across your lane is equivalent to give a way sign and is often used in conjunction with it. Third, priority road. A broken line passes through an intersection along the edge of one of the roadways indicates the path of the priority road. Fourth, pedestrian crossing. Zebra striped markings across the roadway mark a pedestrian crossing. You must yield the right of way to pedestrian on the crossing. Fifth, zigzag. No stopping or parking zone. Zigzag line next to the curb mark a specific area, often near a bus stop or driveway where you may not stop or park. 6. Numbers. Number on the road in your lane usually indicate the speed limit, often used during sudden drops in the speed limit for safety reasons. 7. Letters and number. A combination of letters and numbers on the road usually indicate route numbers. These are frequently used at complicated intersection to guide motorists into the correct lane. For instance, a marking such as B27 indicates that the lane you are in follows the B27 highway. 8. Intersection arrows. Arrows on the pavement in your lane indicate which turns are allowed from your lane. 9. Restricted zone. You may not drive in an area with diagonal lines. No overtaking in one direction. You may overtake only if you have a broken line on your side. You may not cross a solid line on your side to overtake as in UK. 10, 11. No overtaking. You may not cross the solid center line to pass. 12. Merge arrow. A arrow slanting toward the right in the center of the roadway warns passing traffic to merge to the right as no overtaking zone is approaching. 13. Lane separation. Short broken lines between opposing traffic lanes, like short broken lines, indicate that the overtaking zone is ending. Lane separation line. Long broken lines between opposite traffic lanes indicate overtaking is allowed unless prohibited by sign. This marking is also used to separate traffic lanes traveling in the same direction. Fifth, edge marking. A solid line along the side of the roadway marks the edge of the roadways or separate the travel lanes from the shoulder. In rural areas, you may not park or stop to the left of this line. Lane separator 16. A long broken lines separate traffic lanes traveling in the same direction. 17. Acceleration or deceleration lane. Short, thick, broken white lines separate a deceleration exit lane or acceleration entrance lane from the main traffic lanes. 18th, restricted zone. You may not drive in an area with diagonal line. On a street not signed as one way, here are the default lane assignments based on the number of marked lanes on the street. Two lanes. The left lane is for oncoming traffic, the right lane is for traffic moving in your direction. Three lanes. The center lane is reserved for left turns only. You may not overtake. The far left lane is for oncoming traffic. The far right lane is for the traffic moving in your direction. Four lanes. The left two lanes are for oncoming traffic and the right two lanes are for the traffic moving in your direction. These are usually separated by a single or double solid white line. Even if separated by a broken white lines, you may not cross the center line to overtake. Five lanes, same as four lanes, except except that the center lane is for left turns only. Very rare. Old lane arrangements are usually marked fairly obviously either on the road surface or by signs. Section 5, driving and parking in town. German towns and cities, like most major European and world cities, are old and congested. Driving in this city is generally more of a hassle than necessity, especially with the excellent public transportation available. Still, there are many, maybe the times when you want or need a car in town, or just got lost leaving the airport and ended up in a downtown Berlin. So, here are some things to know and keep in mind regarding driving and parking in German cities. The central parts of most German towns and cities feature a lovely system of narrow, disjointed, one way streets lined and clogged with cars. You may find yourself feeling like a rat trapped in a maze. A recent study determined that the average German spends 65 hours a year stuck in traffic or waiting at traffic lights. Oh. After the war, many German cities rebuilt their downtown districts and designed them to make navigation a little easier. If you are used to driving in urban areas, you should manage fine in most German cities. Berlin Residential Street, there is an image. Of course, the best advice is to get a good city map, study it, or program your sat nav and make sure satellite navigation and make sure you know where you are going before you head out. Another piece of advice I would offer is this: park your car somewhere convenient and use public transportation to reach your final destination. This may save you a considerable amount of time, money, and cruising. You will find many German cities having a outlying park plus ride location for this purpose. Pay attention to the sign and signals. Look closely for and and Einbahnstraße sign. Miss one of this and you might become the new hood ornament on a delivery truck. Traffic signals are usually easy to see, but sometimes right of way signs may be difficult to spot. Also, look closely for parking or no parking signs before you park on the street to make sure that you may legally park there. Especially watch for the many hidden driveways marked with obscure Ausfahrt Freihalten. Do not block the exit. Ausfahrt Freihalten signs, or you may return to find that the police have performed their magic and made your car disappear. Some money will have to disappear from your wallet to make the car reappear. Another sign to watch for is this: a bus, like in a circle sign. This sign marks a bus lane. You will find this lane, you will find this along some major boulevards in the larger cities. You may use this lane only if you are turning right, and you must not enter the lane until just because you make your turn. Taxis are often allowed to use this lane as well. Keep a sharp eye out for unmarked intersections, especially in residential areas, and give way to traffic approaching from the right. German motorists are rather trigger happy when it comes to green lights. Many drivers are already entering the intersection when the signal turns green. So be prepared to go or expect some cranky honking from the guy behind you just mere microseconds after the green comes on. Don't be an amber gambler. Don't be an amber gambler. Typical town road. Oh my god, there is a photo. To avoid the one way maze, use larger two way avenues and boulevards to get as close to your destination as possible. Then use the one ways as needed to finish the job. Houses are often numbered upon on up. Houses are often numbered up one sided of the streets and then back down the other. When more houses were built along the same street, they repeated the process. So, on the four corners at one intersection, you could have houses number 20, 21, 40, and 110. In addition, streets can change names anywhere along its length. For interest, Strasse or Strasse is street and Weg is lane. However, alley is not alley but rather boulevard or avenue. Gasse is alley. Gasse is alley. Congestion in German cities is no better or worse than other European and world cities. Rush hours are generally 7 to 9 and 16 to 18 on weekdays. In some of the trendy nightlife districts, you may find yourself starting staring at brake lights until well after 23:00. Popular shopping areas will usually be congested and parking particularly hard to come by on Saturdays. Definitely be on the watch for pedestrian. They always have the right of way in zebra marked crossways, but oftentimes they will dart out between cars and other location. In residential areas, be on the lookout for children playing near streets. You are required by law to pass them at the slowest speed possible without stalling your vehicle. It is 7 km per hour. Basically, driving in cities in Germany involve the same skill, patience, and humor as driving in the cities in the UK and elsewhere. Use common sense and pay attention, and you should do fine. Parking. Your biggest problem may not be navigating cities, but finding some place to legally park your vehicle reasonably close to your destination. In most German cities, you will have a good selection of parking facilities. There is the Ubiquitous on-street parking, Ubiquitous on-street parking as well as off-street parking lots, park plots. Above ground garages, park house, and underground garages TIF garage. Most large cities have extensive parking facilities, and parking maps are usually available from the tourist information offices. Unfortunately, there are often not enough space to go around, and you may have to drive around a little while before you find a place. All the while feeling like the losing player of a round of musical chairs. Cost for parking in Germany can be a little on the pricey side. On street parking. Parking on the street is most common means of parking in Germany. Unless specifically prohibited by sign on or general regulations, on street parking is usually permitted everywhere. See the parking section of the road rules page for laws regarding on street parking. The P sign along the street specifically indicate where such parking is permitted. Although when used it is usually accompanied by additional signs indicating when parking is permitted, who is permitted to park, or requiring the use of a parking permit, voucher, or disc. Here are some examples. P. Park only with a parking disc. You may only park for the length of time indicated. Example 2 hours. 2 Stunden. Stunden. P. Meter Park Schein. 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 Parking requires purchase of parking voucher. Parkschein. P. Bewohner. Parking for residents with indicated permit number. Parkausweis Nummer. There are many more signs related to parking on the German traffic signs page 2, as well as additional vocabulary used on signs. As noted above, on street may require you to use a parking voucher, parking disc, or parking meter. Are a direction on the use of it. Parking vouchers. Parkschein, pay and display. The sign Mit Parkschein requires you to purchase a parking voucher before leaving your vehicle. These are obtained from a nearby machine, Parkschein Automat. Look for signs marking the location of this. The operation of these machines varies but is along the lines you would encounter in UK. Some of them will give you instructions in English. Press the button marked with a British flag if there is one. Generally, you will want to locate the parking rates Parkgebühr on the front of the machine. Determine how much time you will need and then deposit the corresponding amount. The display will indicate how many minutes the amount you have inserted will buy. Return to your vehicle and place the voucher on the dashboard where it is may be easily seen from the outside. You must return to your vehicle before the expiration time shown on the voucher. If the nearest voucher machine is out of order, you should use another one in the same area. You will usually find another one across the street, at the other end of the block or another corner, around the corner, sorry. If you cannot locate another machine, use a parking disk instead. See below. You can then stay up to the maximum length of a time shown on the machine. Some areas only require you to use a parking voucher during certain times. Check the signs or schedule on the machine. Oftentimes, the machine will turn off when parking vouchers are not required. But push the button to be sure it's not just taking a nap. Parking voucher machine on the left and parking disc on the right. Sorry. Parking disc. Park Scheibe. A, a parking disc is a blue cardboard or a plastic card with an adjustable time dial. You can obtain this for free or nominal cost from most petrol stations, newsstands, tobacco shop and police stations. Rental cars should already have them. If yours doesn't, get one from the agent before leaving with the car. Signs indicating that you must use a parking disc will also indicate the length of the time you can park. Turn the dial so that the arrow points to the time of your arrival rounded up to the next half hour. For example, if you arrive at 10:40, set the disk for 11, then place the disk on your dashboard. You must return to your vehicle within the indicated time period. So, for instance, if you arrived at 10:40 and the sign said that you could park for 2 hours with a parking disk, you would set a disk for 11 and you would have to return to your vehicle by 13, that is 1 p.m. As with many things in Germany, this mostly works on the honor system, but spot checks are conducted. Many areas only require you to use a parking disk during certain times. Be sure to check the sign. Outside of those times, you can usually park as long as you want, but double check for other signs showing some other restrictions. Parking meters, Parkuhr. Parking meters are not very common in Germany and rapidly becoming even less. If you do stumble upon one, you will see that they will work just like their UK counterparts. Deposit your money and return to your vehicle before the time expires. In the event of a defective meter, you must use a parking disk. You may then park up to the maximum time normally permitted at the location. That is the maximum time shown on the meter. Violations. Parking fines vary but typically are up to 35 euro, and if you are obstructing traffic or a driveway, your vehicle will almost surely be towed. And quite quickly, in such an event, call the police to settle the situation. Car parks and garages. As well as indicating where parking is permitted on the street, signs also give a direction to off-street parking facilities. Direction to off-streets or covered parking areas are usually indicated by P and up arrow signs. In many large cities and towns, there are electronic signs indicating which of these are available, free or full, best sets, or showing the number of available spaces. Parking facilities are often numbered to assist you in finding them. Example lot P1, garage P2, etc. Parking available sign 170, 80 mark plots. Few Very few lots allow you to park for free. The one that do usually require you to use a parking disk seen above, while some lots uses parking vouchers. Most use an automated centralized self-pay system as often seen in UK. When entering the parking lot, you obtain a time-stamped ticket from the entry gate. Park your vehicle and take this ticket with you. When you are ready to leave, but before you actually return to your vehicle, find a parking payment machine. Carson Automat. These are usually located near pedestrian entrance. Insert the ticket you received from the entry gate into the slot on the machine and the amount will be displayed. Pay the amount shown and machine will return your ticket or dispense a new one. If you also want a receipt, push the button marking quitting, quit noon immediately thereafter. Then return to your vehicle and exit the lot or garage. At the exit gate, insert the ticket into the machine there and the barrier will open. You generally have 15 minutes to reach the exit gate from the time you pay. Most lots and garages are open 24 hours. However, some are not open overnight. If you are going to be out late, make sure that the lot or garage you use will still be open when you return. Typical parking payment machine. Public transport in towns and cities. German cities have remarkable public transportation system. Transport mode options increases considerably as the place you are in gets bigger. Public transportation is so good you should never need or want a car to get around most cities. Overall, Germany probably has more urban public transportation systems, especially rail system, than just about any other country in the world. Types of service. Bus. Nearly every town and many rural areas have scheduled local bus services. In some case, this service is operated by German Rail, Bahnbus. In larger place, the line crisscross the city where local rail service is offered. Buses supplement or complement those services. In the biggest cities, there may be several different bus systems in operation. In Berlin, you will even find double-decker buses. Service intervals vary widely depending on the size of the location. Many large cities also offer night bus services. Articulated bus in Münster, photo by Rüdiger Volk. Straßenbahn, Trambahn, streetcar or tram. Most medium and large cities have a streetcar system, sometimes fairly extensive. In some areas, streetcar lines run underground in the central city area. Trams are prevalent in many eastern German cities. Most systems have been modernized with sleek new rolling stock, and many newer systems carry the Trambahn moniker. Service is fairly frequent, usually 20 to 30 minutes during off-peak periods. Leipzig streetcar, Stadtbahn, light rail. Some cities, mostly notably Stuttgart, Hanover, Cologne, and the cities in the Ruhr region have relatively new light rail system. Generally, this system functions very much like U-Bahn system, underground, sea below, with wide gauge tracks, longer trains, and high platform. In fact, most Stadtbahn systems are marked with the standard U signs like the underground. However, while the Stadtbahn usually runs in the extensive tunnel networks within the central city areas, it runs mostly over ground outside of the central city. When running above ground, the Stadtbahn runs almost entirely in exclusively rights of way, making them faster than streetcars. Service is frequently, usually 10 to 20 minutes during off peak periods. Stuttgart Stadtbahn, U-Bahn, Untergrundbahn, subway or underground. A few of Germany's latest largest cities, a few of Germany's largest cities have a full-fledged underground rail system. For the most part, these systems are located underground but may run on elevated tracks or at ground level, especially in outlying areas. These systems generally serve the central city and immediately adjacent suburbs. Services is frequent and usually 5 to 15 minutes during off-peak periods. Berlin U-Bahn, S-Bahn, Schnellbahn suburban commuter rail. The largest metropolitan areas Berlin, Hamburg, Munich, Frankfurt, Main, Wiesbaden, Stuttgart, Cologne, Düsseldorf, Ruhr district, Nuremberg, Dresden, Leipzig, Halle, Mannheim, Heidelberg, Karlsruhe, Magdeburg, and Rostov have a brilliant commuter train system called the S-Bahn. These are the express trains connecting the central city to the farthest flung suburbs. These routes primarily run above ground except in the central city where they often run underground. Service is fairly frequent, usually 20-30 minutes during off-peak periods. Besides providing suburban service, the S-Bahn also makes several stops in the central city area as well. These stops are generally further apart than those of the U-Bahn or Stadtbahn and therefore makes the S-Bahn a good option for longer central city journeys. Unlike the other system, above, which are operated by local government or franchises. S-Bahn systems are all operated by German rails. Frankfurt S-Bahn. Other modes of urban public transport you may come across include Zahnradbahn, Cog Railway, fun- Funicular, Seilbahn, Cable Railway, Schwabebahn, Suspended Railway. Ride the famous one in Wuppertal if you get a chance. It's over 100 years old. Oh my god. Ride the famous one in Wuppertal if you get the chance. It's over 100 years old. H-Bahn, Hochbahn, elevated train. Some foreign visitors confuse the S-Bahn and U-Bahn. It's easy for English speaker to separate this U underground as suburban. Also, don't confuse S-Bahn with Straßenbahn or Stadtbahn. These are quite different. Note that the services times indicate above are for weekdays. Service on weekends may substantially reduce, especially on Sundays and holidays. Schedules are always posted at the stops and stations. Most transit systems use the central rail station Hauptbahnhof as major hub. This makes it easier to get from the station to your hotel and vice versa. Maps. The transit maps for the largest city are quite complex, oftentimes resembling some kind of electrical wiring diagram. However, once you study them for a few minutes, they are pretty easy to understand and you will find them similar to the London Underground map and the diagrams found on modern British trains. Most cities use color coded schematic plans to make the system easier to decipher. They can be obtained for free from tourist office and are usually included in guidebooks. You will find them posted at most bus and streetcar shops. And subway station often sport life-sized versions along the platforms. Street maps of the surrounding neighborhood are also usually posted in a rail station, making it easy to find your way from the station to your destination. Stuttgart rail system map. There is an image. Signs. In the name of German Ordnung, stops and stations throughout Germany are marked by standard signs. So, no matter where you go, you will know what to look for. Bus or streetcar stop, halter, Startbahn station, U-Bahn station, Startbahn is written, S-Bahn station, S. Tickets and fare, important. In each city or metropolitan area, all of the transit networks operate under a single regional transport cooperative. Verkehr, Verkehrsverbund with coordinated fares and tickets. One ticket, Fahrkarte, Fahrschein or Fahrausweis is good for all mode of transport and is valid for transfer from to other trains or buses needed to complete your journey. The specific rules vary depending on the city, but you are usually allowed one complete trip in one continuous direction along the most direct route to your destination or set length of time, usually 2 hours or so. Fares on German transport networks are based on a zone system. The transport regions are divided into tariff zonen, and you pay based on the number of zone you cross. Oftentimes, there is a central cluster of zones in and around covering the inner city. Typically, all tickets purchased in this cluster have the same price for journeys ending anywhere else in the cluster. Even if it crosses a tariff zone, fares generally range from €1 to €4 higher for longer distance. Much obvious. For buses, you can purchase your ticket from the driver. Simply state your final destination and he will tell you how much the fare is. Pay him and he will give you your ticket. In most German cities, the driver can make change, but it's probably a good idea to have enough change in your hand to pay the exact fare. If there is a ticket machine at the stop, you will have to purchase your ticket from the machine rather than the bus driver. See below. Typical ticket machine left and inverter right. Ticket machines. For railway system, you will need to purchase your ticket before you board. Tickets are available from automated ticket machine labeled Fahrkarten, Fahrschein or Fahrausweis. The exact operation of this machine varies from city to city, but all function basically the same. And many have instructions in English. Usually, you find your destination for Zile either on a map or a chart and note its zone and push the corresponding button on the machine. Usually, a combination of zone number and either adult Erwachsenen or child kind. Then pay the amount shown on the display and take your ticket. And any change depending on the city. You may then be required to validate your ticket just before you use it. Look for the words and Entwerten or Entwerter and arrow on the ticket. See the example below. If your ticket requires validation, find a small box with a slot on the front, usually marked Inverter. See photo below. Okay. These are located at the entrance to subway and rail station on board buses and trams. Insert your ticket in the slot as indicated by arrows. The date, time and location will be stamped on the face of the ticket. Oh, okay. Berlin subway ticket. Most cities also have a special multi-tickets, Mehrfahrkarten, Karte or Streifenkarte. You purchase one ticket that is valid for several uses, usually 3 to 10, often a slightly reduced price from the corresponding number of individuals. Fares. The ticket has several numbered sections that correspond to each use. To use the ticket, you need to validate it before or as you begin each journey by inserting the next sequential numbered section into the validating machine. Once validated, it basically works like an individual ticket with regards to use. One most system you can use a single multi-ticket for several people traveling together. Just validate one section of the ticket for each person. That is, if you want to use it for two people, validate two sections of the ticket. There are also 24-hour passes, Tageskarte. These are good for all modes of transit for an entire day. Some systems also sell a group day ticket which allows several people to use one 24-hour pass or passes that also include admission to museum and attraction. Finally, many cities have special tickets for short distance journey up to 3 or 4 stops. These tickets are cruiser, trucker, carter, cost considerably less than a full zone ticket. Note that most systems will allow you to take your dog or a bike on board trains and buses, but you may have to buy a ticket for them, most likely the children's fare or equivalent, and you may not be allowed to do it during rush hours. Once you have your ticket and validated if it required, you may board the train or bus. Keep your ticket for you with you for the duration of your journey. German transit operates on the honor system. Periodically, though, inspector will walk through the trains checking tickets. When this when they approach asking Fahrkarten bitte, Fahrkarten bitte, Fahrkarten bitte, hand them both your ticket and your passport or other identification. Those without tickets are publicly humiliated or torture, which only ends when you cough up the fine, usually 30 to 50 euro collected on the spot. Keep in mind that they have heard all the excuses, and being a foreigner is no excuse. It's in your best interest to just pay up and go on with your life. Safety. Public transit in Germany is remarkably safe even at night, but it's always wise to be aware of your surroundings. Safeguard any valuables that you may be carrying and be aware of pickpocketers. At night, you should ride in the car nearest the operator. Emergency telephones, not roof Zaule, are located in every station and on board most trains. And police make frequent patrols, especially in areas where an increase in crime is noted. Several cities also have special call box where you may arrange for taxi service before leaving the station. Taxis. Using a taxi in Germany is basically the same as in the most other places. All German taxis are cream colored with a black and yellow taxi sign on the roof. In the birthplace of the luxury saloon, it should be no surprise that the bulk of the taxi fleet is comprised of sleek and plush Mercedes and Audis. Typical German taxi. Hiring a taxi. The best way to hire a taxi is to find one at a taxi stand. You'll find this at a train station, airport, large hotels, and other major activity centers, shopping areas, parks, etc. Usually, there will be several taxi waiting at the location or at this location. You should take the first taxi in line, but you can pick any of them waiting at the stand, especially if you need a minivan and the first cab in the line is sedan. If there are no taxis waiting, look around for a taxi phone, taxi roof. These phones will connect you to the central taxi dispatch office, which will then send you a cab to your location. These taxi phones usually have an emergency call function as well. Make sure you push the correct button if applicable. You can also order a taxi by phone. Every city has a taxi hotline. Look in the photo book under the taxi central. They will send a taxi to your location. Theoretically, you can hail a cab on the street, but most of the time, one of the above option will be faster. Okay. If you don't speak German, the best way to tell the driver where to take you is to write the address on a slip of a paper and hand it to the driver when you get in. You can read the fare on the meter when it's time to pay. Fares. All taxes in Germany are metered and fares are regulated. Rates vary by city, but generally there is 2 to 3 euro drop charge or basic fee, then a rate of 1 to 2 per kilometer. Time spent waiting in the traffic is also charged at the rate of 0.25 or 0.50 per minute. For trips over 50 km, the fare is usually negotiated in advance. Once fare applies to One fare applies to all passenger. That is, there is no additional charge for additional passengers. To tip the driver, round the fare up to the nearest euro or two if you receive extra or exceptional service. Last is services. Taxi drivers are generally very friendly, helpful, honest, and knowledgeable about their city. If you ever experience bad service, note the vehicle's number located in the rear window and report the experience to the taxi centrale. So this is was the entire reading of the how many 72 pages PDF titled The Master Driver's Guide to Driving in Germany. I hope this will definitely help me while applying for my German driving license. If you have watched all the parts so far, thank you for doing that. Alright, have a blessed day and continue to smile. Cheers.